Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. This is Pure Sims channel. So we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever it may be that you are tuning in, and whatever time you are tuning in. We would like to appreciate you for tuning in once again. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, kindly do so, and remember to give the video a thumbs up. So today we are bringing you an amazing tutorial of how to make that design you saw in the thumbnail to this video. So I will just show you a quick picture of the design once again. Alright, so without any further delay, let's get started. Please remember to help our cause by leaving a like and sharing the video so that more people can be able to benefit. Now, to achieve this design, we are going to use two fabrics. One will be the exact fabric that we are using for the borders, for the old borders and trouser, whatever. Then the other one will be a color that we want to use to mix. So I'm using these two colors. This is yellow and this is chocolate brown. So first we need to create that triangle. That we are going to create a triangle that we are going to arrange. All right, so there are different ways to create this triangle. Actually, you see, majority of these designs that will bring to you, you see, is not only one way that it can be achieved. There are different ways. We are only teaching you maybe one out of the various ways that it can be achieved. Even this one, there are different ways. You can create a frame on the fabric without even splitting the fabric into two. You just create a frame in the middle of it and arrange these things in it, and you stitch without your stitches showing outside, if so. Today, let me just tell you what I want to tell you. All right, so to create this triangle, you can either fold this into two like this, all right, and then do something like this, okay, or you can decide to cut this as a perfect square. That is, if you are using 3 inches, for example, to be 3 inches width, 3 inches breadth, so you are going to have equal sides. So once you have equal sides, you can just fold it this way, and there will be no excess down here. But the method that I'm using today, and another thing is that you can actually join the two, place these two on top of each other, right side facing right side, but the wrong side is facing you, and go to the sewing machine and you stitch something like a V. All right, so once you do that, you trim the edges and turn it inside out. It will give you a perfect finish on the edges, but this side will be raw, you get. But today, the method I'm going to use, all right, I already cut this fabric. I have a lot of them, so I just want to use this 4 as the illustration. All right, so I've already cut this as 3 by 4. Okay, the length is 4 inches, the width is 3 inches, so that I will have some excess down here. All right, so I will just go ahead to fold it this way. You see, bringing this to this, making sure that these edges align like this, and then I will iron it down. So I will bring this edge to this place again like this. All right, okay, then we iron it down. So as you can see, we already have a triangle, but there is a little excess fabric here, and I intentionally want it this way because I don't want it to be too bulky, so that when I arrange it, these excesses will not be bulky. All right, so this is done. Then we come to this now and repeat the same process. So we are going to repeat this same process for all the pieces we cut for this purpose. Okay, so I actually have 40 pieces in total. Like, I want it to be enough. It's better for it to remain than for it not to be enough. Okay, I have 20 pieces of the yellow and 20 pieces of the brown. So that is 40 in total. In fact, I have 21 pieces of the brown. So that is 41 in total. Alright, so as you can see now, these edges are perfectly finished. There is no rough edge here, there is no rough edge here. Okay, we only have rough edges here. So I'm going to go ahead to repeat the same process for the whole 41 pieces of fabric that I have. Okay, so if you look at the table now, you will see that I have gone ahead to do the remaining triangles. See, this is everything here. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to get a piece of fabric, the same fabric that I'm going to be using to make the cloth itself. So I got a piece of it that is just about 40 inches long, and the width is about 4 inches. So I'm going to just iron it, and then on the right side of this fabric I already made some markings. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to make you see it. Okay, can you see it? These are the markings at 0.75 inches difference, like 0.75 inches difference on both sides. So this is what I want to use to guide myself when I'm arranging these triangles. I want to use it to guide myself so that they will be equal on both sides. So the next thing we are going to do now is that, since according to the design we have some of these triangles coming from opposite, we have these triangles coming from opposite direction, and they met at the center of the fabric. So this is the center of the fabric here. I've already marked it. So we're going to lace it with hemming gum. We're going to put hemming gum on it like this, from one end to the other. So I would actually like to use double line. Now after placing the gum, you will use the heat of the iron to just hold it in place. Please don't place the iron on it. Just use the heat of the iron, especially if you are using a steam iron. Okay, that is when this can work. Alright, so we have the hemming gum in place now. So we now start arranging this thing this way, making sure that it follows the line. Okay, now the essence of putting the gum underneath is so that once you finish arranging, you will just iron it. So once you iron it, it's going to stay in place, and then you can move it to your sewing machine to do the remaining part of the job. Alright, so you get it now. This is facing each other. So you now start taking one brown, one yellow, one brown, one yellow. So we have a brown here, we have a brown here. Now the next one is going to be a yellow. Alright, and the next one will be a brown. We'll continue to use the markings to guide ourselves. Okay, So you actually continue it this way. You continue to do it this way until you reach the end of this part, and you do this part, this other side too. Okay, so you get the gist now. So I will go ahead and arrange all these things so that I will not waste your precious time. So I have gone ahead to arrange it. As you can see, I hope you can see what I did now. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to use our pressing iron to hold these things in place, because there is already hemming gum underneath it. So if you look closely, this center here, I removed the hemming gum that is there, because this part is going to show. Okay, so now let's go ahead and iron it. I hope it will not scatter. So I'm going to follow the direction this way, then from here to this side. So once we are done with this part like this, we will come and do the same thing for this side. You just place it carefully on top of it. Use the steam. You really need a steam iron so that the heat can penetrate to the hemming gum that is underneath. Okay, there's really no point moving the iron on top of this thing. Just place it on it and press the steam so that the heat can melt the gum that is underneath. Okay, so as you can see, we have now hold this thing in place now, but we still need to be careful with it. Okay, so we can move it aside now. All right. Okay, so this is the fabric we want to use for the borders. I'm trying to move all these things out of the way. So the next thing we are going to do now is to look for the center point of this fabric by folding it into two equal halves, and then we iron it. The next thing we are going to do now is to decide how long we want that design, this particular design that we have made, how long we want it to be in the front borders. As you can see from the picture we are using for the sample, okay, the design did not reach the end of the borders in front. So now the length of that design that I have already made is 34 inches, but I actually want it to be 32. That means I'm going to still cut some portion of it away. So now I'm going to measure 34 from here. Keep in mind that we are going to still subtract 4 inches. We are going to still cut out 4 inches from the front borders. Okay, if you don't understand how to cut the borders of a kaftan, if you don't understand how to cut a kaftan, please check the channel. We have a video on that. So, but what I want to do now is to create my design. After creating my design, then after joining the two parts together later, I will now remove whatever is the excess that is left. I will remove it from the down part, so that at the end of the day I will get the 4 inches that okay, what I'm trying to say is that so that at the end of the day I will try and ensure that the front borders is 4 inches shorter than the back. All right, so first things first, I'll first of all measure that 34 that I need now, and I will chalk it. Okay, and cut it out. I'll cut it out at that 34 mark. Okay, so you see I've separated these two now. All right, so now I will now open it back to the wrong side and attach and gum the hairstay. Making sure that the hairstay falls in the middle. So we have about half of it on both sides of the center line. So after attaching the hairstay, as you can see, I've attached the hairstay. After attaching the hairstay, we are going to try to get that center line back again. Alright, so now we've gotten the center line back. So the next thing we are going to do is to slit it open. We are going to cut it into two. Alright, you can see we have two halves now. Alright, so the next thing we will do now is that we are going to bring this back. So the next thing we are going to do is that we'll go to our sewing machine now, and then we are going to attach this to this. See, this is the wrong side of this fabric. All right, this half we are bringing it to, I hope you can see what I'm doing clearly. Let me bring it closer to the camera. Okay, so you are going to bring one side of this borders, this half borders, to the edge of this design that you have made here. Okay, so we'll go to the sewing machine and stitch 0.5 inches straight down. Okay, so that by the time we finish and you turn it, it's going to be like this. All right, this line, this part, these rough edges would have been covered. Okay, so once we do that, we will do the same thing for the other side. We are going to place this other half and ensure that it aligns with the other edge, and we'll stitch it at 0.5, and by the time we finish, we'll turn it this way. Okay, so it's going to be like this. This one too is going to be like this. Now the rough edges would have been covered, and what we will be seeing is just the design in the center, which is going to turn out to be very beautiful. So let me go to the sewing machine and do that, then I'll come back and show you the result. Okay, stay with me, don't go anywhere. So the next thing we are going to do, as you can see, I went ahead to attach the borders to that center piece. I'm trying to put hemming gum and hairstay. I'm trying to attach hairstay to that center where the two patterns meet. You understand? Just to give it some strength. I forgot to do that earlier. So if you are using a thicker fabric, you may not need to do that. Okay, it's because my fabric is very light. So now that we have attached these two, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to iron it. All right, so I'll first of all iron it from the back, as you can see me doing now. Then I will open it to the front. Okay, look at the front. Is this not beautiful? This is very, very beautiful. So the first thing we are going to do is, after giving it a good ironing from the back, we are going to open it up and try to press this place down. Okay, like this. You leave that other side out of it. As you are pressing it, be pulling it so that you will get the maximum stretch, like the fabric will be fully stretched. Okay, so once we do that, we repeat the same thing for the other side. Give it a good ironing. So here is it now. Is this not beautiful? See it. So the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to attach this chocolate brown to the down part of these borders, and then after attaching it, we now also attach the chocolate brown part to the down part of this upper part of the borders as well. You understand? Like, it will be like this. You join this like this, turn it, and join this to this chocolate brown, so that the chocolate brown will show tiny in the center. So I'll go and do that, and I will come back to you. Thank you. Stay with me and don't go anywhere. So I went ahead to attach the down part and the chocolate brown fabric to the down part as well. So I've attached everything together. Now I'm going to iron it open from the back. So I hope you find this video useful, and I hope you've been able to learn something important. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you find the video useful. Leaving a thumbs up will help you to recommend our video to many other viewers, to many other people who uses YouTube. Please remember to leave a like so that a lot of people can benefit from this, and please kindly remember to support us by subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you for coming. There are a lot of channels out there, but you chose to watch our channel, and we are very grateful. So you see, after doing the ironing like this, so I'm going to turn it to the front now. Is this not beautiful? So this is, I hope you can see this beauty clearly now. This is so beautiful. So we are going to give it a good ironing from the front as well. All right, so with this now, you can see we already have the tiny brown line, and we have the whole design done. This is the center point where it's facing each other. So the next thing you are going to do is to go ahead and follow the normal process of cutting the borders. You fold this into two halves, you remove the difference, ensure that there is a 4 inches difference between the front and the back. Then you go through the other processes of cutting the borders. If you don't know how to cut the borders, please check the channel. There is a video on that. So that will be all for this tutorial. You can see we have already achieved what we are trying to achieve in the video. So the remaining step is just to follow the normal process of making a kaftan. So till we bring you another tutorial, we say peace, stay blessed, stay with us, and continue to check on our channel. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.